New agreements between the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, the Ministry of Strategic Industries of Ukraine and BAE Systems will allow the company to directly cooperate with Ukrainian partners planning to produce 105mm light-field howitzers in Ukraine. This is a common weapon which is in service with almost 20 countries, including the UK and the USA.
We highly appreciate that private companies are opening their offices in our country at this time. First of all, this is a very important signal of support for our people, for Ukrainian citizens. We are ready to become a large regional hub for the repair and manufacture of various types of BAE Systems products and are interested in a more global relationship that we currently have. We are opening an office, opening production in Ukraine. We hope that our equipment will work properly and will continue to work. We are here to help you because we want Ukraine to win, and we are committed to that kind of support.
British multinational BAE Systems is a manufacturer of Bradley armored combat vehicles, armored personnel carriers, Paladin and Archer self-propelled howitzers, Challenger tanks and much more.
We can assume that BAE Systems will use the capacities of our state sector of the defense industry under different conditions, and then perhaps will deploy its own. The fact that the L-119 105mm and M777 howitzers will be made in our country is of course positive, since we will be able to get closer to completely replacing Soviet artillery with NATO one.
The UK is a key supplier of defense products for Ukraine. The Ukrainian military is already using weapons from BAE Systems. These are artillery systems as well as Challenger tanks. A framework agreement was also signed on cooperation for the repair, spare parts and production of new L-119 light guns.
BAE Systems Corporation's entry into Ukraine is such a strategic story designed for at least several years. First of all, this process will cover the restructuring of our defense industry in such a way that we can actually produce the entire necessary cycle of weapons, because BAE Systems produces not only guns, but also components for Eurofighter and Gripen fighters, and in fact Storm Shadow missiles too.
Ukraine produces missiles and shells several times more than before February the 24th, 2022. Since the full-scale Russian war, Ukraine has made a huge leap in the production of drones. Finland is beginning to explore the possibility of producing its own armored vehicles in Ukraine, and the German Rheinmetall concern wants to set up an armored vehicle production plant in Ukraine. At the same time, BAE from Turkey is already building a plant in Ukraine that will produce Bayraktar UAVs. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.